Hi, my name's Jen, and I wanted to share with you a dream that God had given me some time ago, which I really think this is cool because it's, it answered something I have been wondering for some time, and I was just kind of wondering what it was like when you were passing from your body up to heaven. And so he gave me a dream, and so this is pretty awesome. So I'm just going to read it to you, so bear with me. This is called From Body to Heaven. God gave me a dream about the transition from body to heaven. I found myself somewhat afraid of the pain of death and what will happen after I come out of my body. Like, will there be demons? Will there be a fight? Will I be escorted somehow? This may not be exactly the way it will happen, but God wants me and you to know that as long as we know we are going to heaven, there is nothing to worry about. So here goes. In the dream, God gave me a knowing that my body was going to have a stroke. He didn't speak it, somehow he just let me know. I was afraid of what might happen, and he let me know that even if I didn't want to pass, it was going to happen. I just needed to give in and not fight it. I even felt my blood pressure going up, and I felt afraid. I knew I had to let it give. I had to give in to pass over. I had to give in to what my body was doing and not fight it. It was like giving in to sleep, only I wasn't sleepy. It was more like letting go. I decided that even though I didn't know what was going to happen, I was just going to give in. It was going to happen anyway. So when I did, it was like I just slipped out of my body. I never felt the pain of the stroke because it was happening to my body after I slipped out. And when I slipped out, I was floating upward, a very gentle float. No one was with me, but I knew that God's power was drawing me, causing me to float. As I was leaving the earth, I floated past everything that had light and had come into complete darkness. No light whatsoever, absolute darkness, and it was silent. I only had my thoughts, just wondering. In only a few minutes, and it was just like that darkness was just like space. It was like empty space. It didn't feel frightening or scary. It was just like space with nothing in it. It was just space. It was really neat. Let's see. And I was silent. I only had my thoughts, wondering. In only a few seconds, I saw a light and I was floating towards the light. It was it was far off, but I got close enough for it to be as large as the moon appears when you're standing on the earth. Only it was further away. Once the light was close enough to be as large as the moon looks from the earth, God sent me back down. So I gently started to float away from the light, and before I was out of my view, I was back in my body, and my body woke up, like I was coming out of a sleep. And that was the end. I had woke up from the dream. And all of this seemed to happen with within about 3 to 5 minutes of a time frame. I had to have floated quickly to pass by everything in that small amount of time, even though it felt gentle and slow. I never had any pain. I was in God's power, completely protected. And so I think that if anyone has any fear about, being afraid of the dying part, that if you're saved, you have nothing to worry about. You have nothing to worry about whatsoever. I mean, you were even saved from the pain of the suffering of the body. Just pretty amazing. As long as you give into it, it looks like, from according to the dream, you just let it happen and don't fight it and don't try to stay. Just let it happen and everything will be painless. Just pretty amazing. I thought that was pretty neat. God bless. You have a blessed day.